For some people who come from Nigeria, most especially from the city where I came from, there's a market that is very popular where you can buy all parts of human being.
Human beings?
Babies, grown up, any parts.
But it's a private place, not public.
It's in the public. It's at the middle center of the city. You can go to the market and buy and purchase. There's some women who ask you, which one do you want? They take you inside and you can buy whatever part of human being in that city, in that particular market. And my particular family home is not too far from that place. We actually walk down from my family home to that market. But what I'm saying is that when we finish from the church, this is why I was confused. When we finish from the church, my dad would say, we're going to the market. And then we will go from the church to the market to the women that sell some of these parts and some of other voodoo things. And then we'll buy those things. And being a child, I don't know the difference between the Bible and what I was holding.
Right.
In most cases, I put some of this inside my Bible on my way home. And so that was a situation surrounding my youthful age. It was terrible. And thank God I'm out. I will tell the story of how God rescued me.
Well, don't go too far. I want you to talk to me a little bit about your father, because historically and generationally, your grandfather was into it. Then your father was into it. Then you had no choice but to fall into it. So tell me a little bit about your lineage and how that happened.
All right. My father inherited this from my grandfather. My grandfather was a classic. That was, when you're talking about lesser demons, or you can say close to Satan, my grandfather was. Because my grandfather can disappear right here while we're speaking and reappear somewhere else. I know some people don't believe that. Some people know.
Did you ever see any of this?
This is what I'm telling you. My grandfather would disappear from where we're sitting now and disappear to somewhere else and appear in another place. And so it's so powerful that there's a particular big building in my village. It is called Car. Till tomorrow, I don't know the meaning, but C-A-R, Car. And this house has one entrance. And once you enter, you can be in that house trying to get to everywhere you want to go to, and you will not know the way out. That's where my father...
What do you mean by that? You're trying to go, you go into the house.
When you go in now into that building, I'm not talking about the type of building you see here. The building has no end. You keep going from one place to another, one place to another, one place to another, one place to another. And then finally you can find yourself where you're coming from, because you would not know where you are going. It's so big and occupy almost half of the village. And that's where my father governed and ruled. So my grandfather. And so in my own situation, okay, let me take you back. Now let's go to my grandfather again. How do I talk about my grandfather? The situation with my grandfather was that there were circumstances surrounding my birth. Because of that, they took me from when I was very, very young, maybe age of 3, something like that, to my grandfather to protect me. Because there was the opposition from the place where my mother came from, because my father did not actually marry my mom. He snatched my mom and told the husband, if you say a word, I'll kill you. Not with gun, but I'll make sure I kill you. So anyway, so that was why I was rushed to my grandfather. And in my grandfather's place, that was where I really knew what is called darkness. That was deep. In fact, when my grandfather was to die, he said, son, because I used to be the one that carried some voodoos, a lot. This bag is a occultic bag. I was the one who hung it on myself whenever we're going out, and I follow him. Now, on this particular fateful day, he said, son, we're going out. I said, yes, sir. We're going to a meeting. I said, yes, sir. I'm used to that type of meeting. I go to that meeting. We eat all kind of things, all kind of rituals with some of the other, satanic group of people. Now, on that day, he said, we're going out. I said, okay, Dad, let's go. So he said, but before we go, I want to take a little rest. I said, okay. So, and I sat down this way. So he relaxed on his sofa and lay his head on my lap. And as I felt, maybe he just felt relaxed. I was still young, maybe now around that time I'll be going to about 5 or so. So he said, okay, we're going. I said, okay, yes, sir. So then I heard him snoring so hard. Then I would wake him and say, hey, Grandpa, we're going out. He said, okay, son. Now it got to a level that the snoring became so strong that the vibration, everybody around will hear him. And the last one he did was that he was so loud. And I was still opening my mouth looking at him. And then after that, he kept quiet. Everything went down. His hand was no longer moving. And I didn't know nothing. I was so young. And I was scared. I said, we're going somewhere. And I started greeting, Grandpa, we're going out. Then he didn't respond again. And the people start coming from everywhere. And they say, oh, Papa is gone. I said, no, he's sleeping.
He died on your lap?
Yeah. I said, no, he's sleeping. He's not dead. He's not going. We're going out. They said, no, he has gone. I said, he's not gone. I was arguing with people. He told me, I just spoke to him now. Now, that was how he transferred the forces and the power of darkness to my life, unconsciously to me. I was a baby. So I was supposed to take over from my father. So my father started doing all that, and then, because he died, the grandpa died, so my father took over. And then during that time, I was becoming something else. I did not establish mine because my father was alive, but I knew very, very well that grandpa had special interest on me because it goes with the firstborn. My father was the firstborn, and I was the firstborn of my dad.
Oh.
So it was chaotic. It was terrible.
Wow.
So more story as we go on.
Oh my God. I'm already captivated. So you knew that you had to walk into this. There was no resisting. You had to do what was necessary. So as I guess you began to grow, there were some things that you were sharing about your father. Did your father basically fully take on what your grandfather did, or were you expected to really walk fully? Because you were writing how terrified everyone was of your grandfather. Did your father reach his status, or was it expected of you to really fully become what your grandfather had become?
Now, by the legal spiritual right, when my father is alive, I am not supposed to rise above him. So therefore, I have to wait for my turn, even though grandpa wanted me.
Okay.
But because my father was supposed to be the next person to my dad.
Gotcha.
So when my grandpa died, my own father took over. And his brother was another terrible one. We're not going to go there. I want to go with my father and grandpa.
Okay.
So because I served under his brother also in the same house, that was another deadliest one. So now, going to my father, so the reason why I have to wait is that because by spiritual law, even though grandpa had interest in me and he wanted me to take over, I cannot take over when my dad was alive. So my dad was taking care of all that. He had all the books, because we have books of all kinds of, rituals and what this goes for, this is what this for, and things like that. So he had all those things, including the particular mobile idols. We have a lot of other things that it goes to the bag when my grandpa is going out. So my father had all the bags and every other thing that has to go with it. So he started operating.
What is operating? What does it look like to live the day in the life? What are you guys doing? What is reigning? What is operating?
It was something extremely glorious.
Glorious.
When I say that, people who were my mates, they're proud of the type of father I had, because let me just cite one example. One of the examples was that we don't buy chickens, we don't buy goats, we don't buy some of those stuff because we have so many of them in the house. Why? When people come to consult my father or grandfather, they bring goats, they bring chickens, they bring Sometimes they even ask to bring salt and all kind of things.
Salt.
They bring salt. Anything we need, we ask them to bring it. So in my compound, when I was growing up, we had, without exaggeration, we have more than 50 chickens moving around. And we didn't buy nothing. They were gifts donated to us because we either perform, let me explain what I mean by performing. Let's assume you come. You say, okay, what I want you to do is to help me attack so-and-so because it's doing something for me. Then we say, okay, all right. Just bring this, bring that. My dad will tell you, make a list of what you need to bring, plus money. Actually, it was the money people were sending that my father spent to take me to school, to send me to school. Because we don't have any other, he doesn't have any other job. He was a teacher, he left teaching, he was into contractor, he left all that because this one took all his time. So, to the extent the governor of my state comes to my father to come and do some voodoo.
What kind of people came to seek your father or your grandfather? What types of people? Were they mothers, pastors? What type of people?
Any. We have politicians coming who want to win. We have rich people who want to be protected, who want to be richer. We had people who are mentioned anyone. I told you of governor. There's a particular governor I knew very well. He was a younger governor in my state, or your state that time. He came to my father for what? He wants to be protected. And my father told him, when I finish what I want to do, nobody can shoot you because the gun will not hit you, no matter how close. If they start shooting you, the bullet will be falling down. The governor could not believe it. It was tested to my sight. I saw it. My father did the ring and gave the ring to the governor. I said, wear this ring. Before you wear it, let me test it. My father took the ring and hung it on an iron sheet. That's what they used to build. A sheet of an iron is like 6 feet, something like that. Mm-hmm. So my father hung it in the middle of it and asked the governor to bring some military men with their guns to test the medicine. And so they came and lined up 1, 2, 3. And my father says, when one bullet is over, get out of here, let another person continue to shoot. And I was watching. And then they start shooting the iron sheet, and there was no single bullet touches the particular spot until the 3 military men finished their bullet. And then the army, the military, the governor now said, oh, wow. Gave a greeting to my dad and said, this is serious. So my father now put the ring and gave to the man. I don't know how many thousands or millions was given to my dad. So this is how we make money. There are promises. They tell people, you want this, you get it. You want this, and they see it in what we do. And so for that reason, people are ready to pay. So all kinds of human beings. Let me leave that side. Then let's talk about some spiritual men who need power.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Some spiritual men want to be seen. They want to see, they want to have become a prophet or prophetess. They needed to say, is there anything you can do so that I can see the lives of the people that are coming to the church? And that's not a big deal because my dad will tell you, okay, I'll do it. And you just need to be careful. And the carefulness is this. They're going to tell the person what my dad will do. They're going to do all kinds of rituals on the body of a dead body. The dead body will be washed. The water from that dead body, they will have to use some other things and put some concussion and some demonic invitation, which is called incantation, into it. After they finish with that, this pastor or prophet who need to be seen, who want to have that type of power, comes to him. And then they wash his face with those water. When they wash the face with those water, my dad is going to give instruction to him. If you are far away from the people, you may not see. But if you are 6 feet close, you could see anything about that person. So make sure you are close to the person that you want to prophesy to. And that the secret part of it is that if anybody is giving me a prophecy and I want to know whether it's of God, I just move away, far away a little bit from you. You will not see nothing. You will be blank. Because if it is spiritual, if it is the type my dad used, you will see nothing until I get close to you. So I saw that from my dad. So there are a lot of ways and a lot of people that were coming that time in order to, everybody start giving money because they want this. They want power. Some people want protection, security. They want to have babies. They want to have children. They want to have promotion. They want to get married. All kinds of rituals. So based on that, money come from every corner. And so for everyone that, rose from that family, we feel, well, we don't have to struggle. I mean, we'll make money in no time.
You're basically wealthy in a sense.
So that's how we got the resources. It's through wrong satanic means.
Lord have mercy. Okay. I want to ask this because with all those experiences, it built your faith in the demonic. It built your faith in the occultic. Was there anything that went wrong that made you say, hold on, this may not, or was there any feelings that you get? Was there any moments that God triggered you? Or was it perfect? Everything went perfect.
That was good. That was what I can't understand. With all the benefits I said, the children enjoy because we eat chicken like anything. They're free. We eat gold, anything. The food is not a big deal for us because people have bags of rice, bags of beans, anything you want to eat, we have it. Mm-hmm. Now, so you feel that this is a place you can be proud of.
Yes.
But then it came to a time in my spirit. And one bad part of it is that every morning I have a jar of oil. I'm not talking about anointing oil, a palm oil that I have to drop on each shrine every morning. That's where I do my quiet time.
Quiet time.
I have to go around every morning and drop it all around the shrine. And in my own backyard, we have 16 shrines. And I have to do that every morning. One day I started getting bored. I started getting tired. I was losing interest. I felt, is this life? I don't know why my heart started getting irritated. I started feeling so bad about this, and I was thinking of running away. And I was going to about 19. I grew up a little bit, and I started thinking, I think I have to go away to somewhere. So I started planning. One day, some of my friends who we grew up together as little kids, they came home from Lagos, and I was in Ibadan, or your state is where all these things were happening. And so they came home, and I see them, they're all fine, they're all doing well, and everybody's lively. And I was like, I went to greet one of them because they don't come to my house. They're afraid of my home. They don't come to me. They don't want to come to my house. I had to go and visit them.
They were so afraid.
But let me tell you this. You should be afraid.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, no, please, on a serious note, let me say this to those who are Nigerians, most especially those who are in Oyo State, my town.
Oh my God.
Now, there are two major masquerades that came out, that always come out annually in Ibadan. Now,
People don't know what masquerades are.
Oh, well.
The audience don't know what masquerades are.
They should search in this. They should search
look
on Google.
Look up masquerades, Nigerian masquerades.
These are. Well, we see something like that. People that cover themselves with all kind of shrine, idol things, and they cover their faces and move around. So now these two deadliest ones, they come out once in a year. One of them, when it comes out in the whole city, women must shut down in the city. I'm talking about just like you say, a masquerade, something is coming out today, they will announce it that tomorrow all women be indoor till 6 p.m. You're not going anywhere. Now, the second one is a warrior, is a fighter. So when it's out, everybody will carry cane and start beating people around, beating anybody, beating each other and things like that. Now, these two, they're the most deadliest one. I just want to tell you how my own family, where I originated from. Now, whenever either of these ones are coming, they will pass through my place. They will enter my father's palace, and they will open their faces, and my father will begin to bless them in reverse. The blessing is you will not return. You will die from this trip. It will not be well with you. And they will be saying, amen. The first time I saw that, I ran away from my dad. Now, by the time I came back, this masquerade has gone. And I said, Dad, I thought you said you want to bless these people. He said, you are a child. That moment you see me, anything I see, anything you see me saying is an opposite. If I tell that guy he will return, it means he's going to die. Then from that moment, those are some of the things that started getting me afraid of the type of father who gave back to me. So this masquerade will come to the house and open the whole thing that people are running away from. And my father began to pronounce their lives. So when I start seeing all these things, certainly me start getting fed of that. No, I don't think this is the life I want to live. Finally, it got so bad when I visited some of my friends who came from Lagos. They look beautiful, they look nice, they don't have no burden like I have to, take care of shrine. So I say, how are you? Where you come? They say, we're from Lagos. I say, I want to come to Lagos. Say, no, you can't come to us. No. I said, no, I am coming on. And they said, no. So from that moment, they didn't come to me until they went back to Lagos.
Lord.
But mistakenly, I got one of the address.
Oh.
So because it has become so heavy in my heart, I want to get away. I wasn't born again.
Wow.
But something was telling me, no, this is not the life I'm supposed to be. So I then told my father. Mm-hmm. I said, no. Actually, he came to me. Everybody was sleeping, and he came to me and said, hey, son, do you know that the oracle says nobody should travel between now and 7 days? And I was to go the second day. Now, when I mean oracle, it's not the type you study in network and everything. I mean, a demonic oracle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and he said that. I said, no, Dad, nobody is traveling. And I was to go very early that day. And he knew. So, but that doesn't stop me because I made up my mind I was going to go. Whether the oracle will kill me or not, I'm fed up. I want to get out of here.